Welcome to another episode of Coffee and Cars with the Chiro. Today we're catching up with Michelle Maynard from the Carbon Group. Michelle is an accountant and a bookkeeper, and she helps women in business continue to do what they love and keep them on purpose and succeed in business by assisting them with their financials. So let's hear more from Michelle. Speak to you soon. Bye. Thanks for coming, Michelle. Thanks for coming for a little coffee run with me.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm super excited, actually.
So we've got Michelle Maynard from the Carbon Group. And we're going to take her out for coffee. Now, you didn't have a fave.
I don't. I'm a new coffee drinker.
New coffee drinker.
Yeah.
So I thought I might take you to, and I was thinking around some spots close-ish to here. Have you ever been to the one along the railway line called Highland?
No.
Ah, perfect. Okay. So that's
Awesome.
where we're off to today.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Researching a little bit of your backstory.
Oh, yes. Well, what did you find?
Well, I mean, obviously you're looking into much experience in that kind of mid-tier accounting prior to starting a family.
Yes.
Taking a little bit of a break and then getting back in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Putting a lot of effort in. But obviously even at that stage is that having that little, spark that ignited you to go, okay,
Yeah.
I think this is something that I could do myself, is still a massive jump even in the change of landscape that happened with a family, a young family at that, and that you want to take it on your own. So how did that all begin?
Oh, God. I don't even know, actually. No, it's only been 5 short months. So
I know.
I've always wanted to be a partner in an accounting firm. And in traditional senses, that is, you go find an accounting firm, you work there until someone dies or retires, and then you buy in, unless you can grow something really big. And I hadn't found a firm in Perth that I wanted to do that at. When I came back from having Noah, my son, who's now 2, I had been put in a different section to what I was normally in. I'd been put in super, which was great. It was a good learning experience, but I was at a crossroads in my career. So I was either going to have to stay in super and specialise, or leave that firm and go do business services, which is what I love. And I contemplated staying in super because I contemplated staying an employee. It's what I know, it's what I'm good at. But I didn't want to. I didn't want to do that. I had this vision that I wanted to be, a partner in a business services firm. And then the Carbon opportunity came along to join that brand. And I'd been spying on them for a while because they're doing some pretty cool things. They have been for a while. And so I decided to go for it. Kind of just all fell in place at the right time.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I like what you touched on. We're at the event not so long ago at Media Stable, and you were talking about like taglines or headlines and things in the business, and you mentioned really something that's kind of stuck with me, and I've shared this with a couple of people.
Really?
To be honest. Yeah, and it's kind of touched in, and I know it was kind of a big thing, but it really kind of shapes into what your ideal client was. Like you're wanting to empower women in business.
Yes.
And particularly women who are starting out in those early stages, and you want to give them strength. So can you touch on a little bit more about that?
My big vision is I'm going to have my practice built around predominantly women-led and creative businesses, because we do business differently, and there's a lot of psychology around men and women in business. And I just want to create a space for women in business where they come and, I call it your business bestie. So, someone that, just like your best friend, you call them up and you say, I've got a problem or an issue, and you work through it, or you bounce off, you celebrate together. I want to create that, a whole practice out of that. Like, I think it's a powerful thing. I think women in business are really underutilized, and so many, like myself, professional women, and it's not just and I'd love to support mum businesses, and that's neat, but there are a lot of professional, career-orientated women who are leaving the employment workforce and going and starting these really amazing businesses. And so I want to create a practice that supports that puts them in touch with people that they wouldn't be exposed to otherwise, and just creates a whole practice around that, which I think can be really, really strong.
Yeah,
it's exciting.
I think it's a really exciting market, and I think you'll connect with lots of women. I think, there we go. That's how we do it. Nice. Tell me about the family. Tell me about your bub, Noah.
So Noah is 2. He just turned 2. And Charlotte will be 7 in September.
Yep.
2 completely different kids.
Is that right?
Yes. Charlotte was an angel child. Placid. You could sit her down and she would stay there, do what she was told. Noah is a tornado.
That's so funny, you know, you get like roped into the first one, Angel's like, oh yeah, we'll definitely have a second.
We thought we had this down pat. Like we thought that, you know, we can do this parenting gig, it's sinking in. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, he's delightful. My kids are amazing. But that's full on. They are full on.
Oh, that's good. At least it keeps it exciting.
Yes.
What do you do to stay healthy? I asked you this before. I know you kind of said that. You're just like, oh, nothing. But I imagine it's busy, hey?
Yeah, it's one of those. I'm not being a martyr. It's one of those things that I don't have time. Yeah. Like I've got a business. I've got kids. I have a husband. And it's just putting myself last. And I know I should do something.
That's a common thing, right?
It is,
and particularly very common for people starting out, or people that have a shift in routine.
Yeah.
So if there were some takeaways for our lovely D32 tribe here today, like if they were going through the process and they wanting to, let's say, have a better idea about approaching someone like yourself as an accountant or a bookkeeper, what do they need to know?
Oh, I think the biggest thing for me is finding an accountant that you want to hang out with.
Yeah.
That you would, and I'm not talking on a personal buddy level. I mean, although that's great, but your accountant should be your touch point more than just once a year or more than once a quarter. You should call them, have that relationship with them. So find somebody that you want to talk to that explains things in a way that you like, you know, that you gel with, because they're going to be dealing with your most intimate personal finances. Yeah. So you want to have that trust level. Yeah. And find somebody that talks the language that you speak. Some people are really technical and want an accountant that is really technical. Some people aren't and just want layman's terms. So, you know, just like every other business is not the same, accountants are all not the same. So, you know, find one that does what you want them to do.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. I think that's almost really relatable. And like what you said before, is that you like to be involved in the business, not just be an outsider crunching the numbers.
Correct.
Okay. Oh, well, Michelle, we're just going to be battling with the car park here, but let's just do this. Well, thank you for catching up today. It's been awesome and understanding us to know how you got to where you are and what an exciting 5 months it's been.
Thank you.
And a little bit about the fam and home.
It's important.
Yeah, it really is, And I think if there is a way that we as a, you know, tribe and, you know, at District 32 can help you support and connect you with some empowered women,
I would
starting
love that.
out, we can do our best to do so.
Thank you, and thank you for introducing me to the good coffee.
Yeah, that's it. More to come.
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you.
See ya.